Hello everyone, I'm back and today we're building a modern forest retreat. That's what I'm going to call it. And this is just kind of nice. I just wanted to build something kind of luxurious, in Granite Falls. Just somewhere a little bit different for your Sims to be able to come and stay. I just thought it'd be really nice to have like a big, very modern, very sleek, like minimalist vibes, like just out in the woods, I don't know, I just think it's kind of fun, and I just feel like it's something that there could be, like, kind of feels realistic, like kind of style choice someone might do, and just, somewhere nice for your Sims to come and hang out for a while. And it's really nice and big. It's got 3 bedrooms, like 3 big bedrooms. I say that, actually one's pretty small, but basically as well, you can change them to suit, whatever Sims you have been staying there. I think at the moment I've done it as a very big master room, which has like a single ensuite and it's also got like a little travel cot set up. And then there's 2 bedrooms with 2 single beds, but one of them is like a bunk bed, if that makes sense. So you've got like 4 other single beds, but obviously they can be changed to have double beds or however. But yeah, it's just a really nice space for your Sims to come hang out, and it's just like chill vibes. To be honest, my plan was this week to build something with the new pack, but I was playing around on the new pack and I was like a little bit annoyed. Annoyed's quite a strong word, but I know I was quite annoyed at the fact that there's no really small lots in the new world. Now, obviously we have, I think the smallest we have is a 20 by 30, which obviously isn't big, but I always find, obviously, because it's a city world, when the lots are, like, if there's something you have in mind to build and it doesn't fill the lot size, it means you have to obviously fill the space around it. It's a little bit different if it's a world which perhaps is, much more green, and you can kind of just like landscape and put some trees, and that kind of can fill some space if you want to make something smaller. But when it's in a city world, I always think, there's never really just like empty space in a city. You can't just plant some trees. I mean, I suppose you could have a little green area, but it'd be quite like, it'd be purpose, like kind of like a landscape park kind of thing, if you know what I mean. But yeah, like you couldn't just have, like, even if it was like an old derelict building you had to put next to it, or just something, if you want to build something small, I just always feel like the space you fill, it's just a bit more difficult in a city-based world, especially if you just want that lot to be what you want to make. Like, you don't want it to have added things to make it more expensive, or you don't want it to have other, just other things going on. You just wanted it to be that. So it's harder to blend things in, if you know what I mean. So I had a build idea in mind, and I was like, it's just not going to work because it needed a smaller lot, or a lot, I suppose, that you could blend in a bit better. I don't know. It's just, But so I kind of was like, I'm not going to build in that world because that's annoyed me a little bit. But so that's why I built this instead. I thought, could be somewhere. Go on holiday. I'm just thinking about holidays because it's like August. It just like reminds me of going on holidays, summertime, even though it's just absolutely raining like crazy right now. I just thought, let's make a holiday holiday destination. Yeah, it's a holiday destination, but like you're not, I'm not like summer beach vibes. Although, having said that, you could put this. Obviously, you can put this wherever you want. I put some trees around it, obviously, because we're in the woods. But actually, because of the style of the building, you could put it in a beach world, or you could put it anywhere. Do you know what I mean? Make it a bit more enclosed, I suppose. What I liked about this is this world, you can kind of be a bit more open with things. Like, I never feel like I need to sort of like fence off a garden, because I guess it's quite remote, and that it's not a world, if you get what I mean. It's just a like holiday world, vacation world. So there's not that same kind of like, this is where everyone's living, so it needs to all be kind of how it would be, if you know what I mean. A bit more free. And you might just notice I just flipped the whole lot itself, because when I kind of like, I saw a reference image of this and I really loved how it had that pool kind of almost in the front garden, like sort of in front of the whole building. But when I was building this, I decided that actually this needed to be although it's like the front main bit to me, if that makes sense, I wanted it to be by the river. I thought it was really nice that they could be swimming in the pool, but then like overlooking, you know, like kind of looking into the river. I thought it was really nice vibes. And the front door to this lot is kind of, it's on the, I'm going to call it the box that is furthest away from the swimming pool. The one that kind of sticks out to the right if you're looking at it from the perspective of the pool, if that makes sense. So this kind of makes more sense because now the front door is like, can be accessed just quite easily from the main kind of path area or the main walking area in this world. And then this is all a bit more private, which kind of makes sense because before the pool is just like facing where everyone, I guess, would just be walking around, which is kind of fine. It's kind of like, woo, look at us in our pool. Rub it in a little bit. But it just wasn't giving the like relaxing vibes. So we flipped that round and this works much better, to be honest with you. Even though I still treat this as the front of the lot in my mind, but obviously the Sims won't treat this as the front of the lot. So yeah, I'm not really sure what the thumbnail picture will look like. Like, you know what I mean? The gallery picture will look like. But yeah, that's just Sims, isn't it? I used to be really like strict. I don't even know why now. It's really like that I would only build, like I'd use a lot and I'd only use the official front of the lot as the front of the lot, if that makes sense. So because I always just felt like that made the most sense because that's obviously where like the game is programmed that is the front road or whatever, do you know what I mean? So like I always thought, oh, the more Sims will walk along that path in front of the house, or like, do you know what I mean? Like that's just how it was meant to be. So that's where the front of the lot needed to be, or it feels like a community lot, you know, like if people are walking past, but really it doesn't matter because sometimes there's lots that I just think, why is that the front of the lot? Or like, why is that the focus of the lot? Do you know what I mean? You could use a different side, especially like the lots which have almost sandwiched in not roads, if you get what I mean. So they've just got like pedestrianised walking space all around it. Then it's like you could kind of use any of them and treat it as the front of the lot, if that makes sense. It's just you're gonna get a funny gallery picture, which, you know, is just, that's just Sims. Who knows, maybe one day we'll be able to like choose our own. It would make so much more sense if you could just choose which orientation of the lot. Like that's super simple. Like I feel like it's not like, you know, if we were to take our own pictures in game and then like kind of upload it. Like if it literally, you could just said which side of it, if you could just rotate the camera almost, like that would just be perfect, wouldn't it? But yeah, so this is technically the front of the lot now that I'm working on. So where this path comes in, I tried to blend it in as best as I could because, you know, we rarely get matching terrains, do we? Like I've always loved that. This is really, what's really nice about this world is that it has those, I like when they have like the slight paths in, so you kind of know where you could make it blend into the main, you know, like the path that's not included in this lot. You can kind of join it into it. It happens a bit in some other worlds as well, where there's not like pavements, if you get what I mean. And you can try and like blend it in, but it's not always like amazing because of course we never get the matching terrains, but I just kind of like did a mix of loads of different ones to try and create a similar vibe. But yeah, it's kind of nice because you can blend that in so then it looks like it's actually like joined to the main world. And then there's also like another one coming into around where the front near the swimming pool is. So it's great because it means that you can also see the trail out. So we've got steps in and out of this lot, if that makes sense. So yeah, I don't know, it kind of worked really well with this specific lot, building it here. But like I say, obviously you can put it, you know, wherever it fits in terms of like lot size. Do you know what I mean? But it's quite versatile, like it would fit in a few different worlds because it could just be like a luxury house, do you know what I mean? Like not rented, just someone lives there because they're quite fancy. But yeah, I have to say though, this is a little bit spinny. I'm sorry, this video is a little bit spinny just because I tried to cut out as much as I could of the spinning, but I just kept going round because of the way I built it and how it's got so many windows and doors on like multiple sides of it. I just end up spinning a lot and trying to make sure each side of like the whole lot makes sense, if you know what I mean. I find normally you've kind of got a back, right? You've got a back and a front and then you've got the sides. And the sides are a bit like meh sometimes, do you know what I mean? Like it's just, you don't need, like they're not, maybe you don't see them necessarily sometimes, especially if it's like, you know, a row of houses, you're not really going to focus on what the side of your house looks like because it might go right up to the the limit of what width you can make the house, if you see what I mean, in the lot. But with this one, because I don't know, because of the landscape around it, it's just kind of there. It's a bit like that in Henford and Bagney as well. It's just kind of, some of the lots are so just out in the open that I always feel like I kind of need to look around the whole sides, especially if you're not fencing it in or boxing it in. Kind of like you need to just check that it doesn't look like kind of plain or like silly. You know what I mean? Like when it's just like, oh, it's just like completely been left. So it just looks like that bit hasn't been finished. Like I like it to feel finished all the way around. Do you know what I mean? The other thing actually I've been enjoying this week, well, the past couple of weeks, I suppose, is the Olympics. I just love when there's like big sporting events on the TV. I don't know why. It's just kind of like a nice, I don't know, it just gives nice vibes, doesn't it? Like kind of brings, I know sometimes there's some like controversies, but overall I always feel like it kind of brings us together. I think it's quite nice. And I think it's, especially like the Olympics, because obviously we get it once every 4 years. It just always feels like such a big deal. Like it's always really exciting seeing like the opening ceremony and then the sports that you just never see. And then you like fully become like experts in it. But I don't know, it's just been kind of nice to have something different going on, like something different to kind of like get a bit engrossed in, like just it's always good, I feel like, to like have different tastes. Do you know what I mean? Like that's not the right word. Like different interests going on. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like you can flag a little bit. Like if you do one thing, obviously, like, I mean, this depends what you call a hobby. Like what we like, do you know what I mean? A sport or a hobby or whatever. Like I always feel like you can like, I'm really not explaining myself well here, am I? But I feel like you'll know what I mean. But you can burn out. That's the kind of word I'm thinking of. You can kind of do too much of one thing and then you kind of not get bored of it necessarily, but you just need like a little break. So I think it's nice to have like lots of different things that maybe you're interested in to like just, just keep things a bit different and not do like samey vibes, But anyway, I've moved on to the inside now, and it took me a while to think of a floor plan for this house, I'm not gonna lie. I knew that I wanted the stairs in the like wooden, I don't want to call it like wooden tower in the middle of the lot. And I really loved it. I put the kind of skylights up there as well from the Island Living pack. So like lights should just kind of flood in from above, which I think is really cool. So I knew I wanted the stairs there, which then kind of made, and obviously the front door kind of had to be there just because of the window placement and that being where the door, like that being the kind of front of the lot where the Sims are going to come in, and then the back of the lot kind of thing. So yeah, it was kind of interesting. The bathroom, like the downstairs bathroom, feel like it kind of works there. I guess it's just, you have to walk through the lounge to get to the stairs to get to the kitchen, which is fine because obviously it is a holiday home, so you're kind of going to be going in and out of the back door as well, because there's a back door out of the kitchen, big sliding doors, so I feel like there's going to be in and out. So I think it's kind of like a nice flow. It's just normally naturally I'm not a massive like open plan layout person, but so this is still kind of closed off, like it's not, but obviously it's technically all one room. There's no doors between the entryway to the lounge to the kitchen space to the stairs, but I tend to have like a hallway, and I couldn't really do this because to get to the and also have a little bathroom basically, because obviously if you go through the front doors, I could have kept it that it's like a long corridor into where the stairs are, but then that would just feel a little bit strange. So, and I really wanted a bathroom downstairs. I just felt like that made a lot of sense because it's such a big house. Because you could even, because of the size of the rooms downstairs, you could also probably add another bedroom if you wanted to. And you could easily split the bedrooms upstairs, especially the master suite. It's huge. So yeah, definitely needed a bathroom downstairs. I feel like this worked because you kind of just like go into that entry space, and then it's kind of like a little hall to separate if you want to go like upstairs or if you want to go in the kitchen space. So I don't know, it's kind of like a nice flow. And then I really loved doing the split level in the kitchen, which wasn't like the original plan or anything, but I really wanted the slidey doors coming out of the kitchen. And I'm using the middle wall height, and you can't get these doors in that height. Like, I wanted it to look like floor to ceiling height, if that makes sense, doors. And because obviously the windows aren't, it just looks really silly if you don't do, like, it looked really silly. I tried to do it and it just looked really silly. So I was like, oh, we can just do a platform. Perfect. And which kind of works because it's like, I don't know, it makes the house look like it's built on this hill a little bit. Like, that's just kind of how it had to be. So you got like little steps up into the kitchen, then obviously out, and then steps down once you come out. But I just think it's quite nice. And it means that you can be like, you know, people can be up there like cooking and like looking down. Because I really wanted this like really communal space. I have to say my plan originally was to kind of have more activities for the Sims. Like I put down a table tennis here. Obviously I put the little football table in the main lounge. And I put the table tennis here, but then in the end I do decide to change it out for like a dining table because there's no dining table inside. So there's one outside, but I just felt like it probably could rain. They're probably not always going to want to sit outside, so they kind of need a table inside. But originally my plan was to make this space a little bit more fun and the lounge to be a bit more of the kind of where the adults hang out at night once the kids gone to sleep vibes. And then this would have had kind of like maybe games and stuff. But I like to think there's like board games, you know, and I feel like holiday homes are always very, well, how I imagine them is just, obviously they don't have much in them because they just have what you need. Because you're going to bring all your stuff, you're going to bring all the food, you're going to bring all your clothes, you're going to bring all whatever you want to bring. So they're always quite, you know, unpersonalised and kind of empty in that regards, if you get what I mean. Like, they're not cluttered, they're not, so yeah, there's not much out, if that makes sense. But like I like to protect, like I like to imagine that there's probably like loads of games here that they can get out and play. And obviously they got the pool, so like I was thinking, you know, like having a climbing frame outside and stuff, but it just didn't quite work. Like, I definitely feel like this is a place to come with the whole family because of the size of it, and it just would be nice. Obviously it costs a lot of money, but then I was like, there's lots of parks and places for them to go, obviously within the world, which, because it's obviously a smaller world and the way the world is, like, they can just, it feels like part of the lot still, if you know what I mean. Like, just to the right or the left, and whatever way you're looking at it, there is like a barbecue area and like a picnic bench, and obviously there's the main park. But so there was like stuff around, so I kind of felt like, well, that's what the Sims will do. Do you know what I mean? And they'll spend most of the time in the pool, right? That's kind of like, that's the fun thing. That's what this house has. So yeah, so I kind of kept it at that. But yeah, so you'll see that I've just done the bunk bedroom, and now this is the room which has 2 single beds, which is obviously a really big room, and it could easily be another double bedroom, or it could even have like, I mean, it could have like more than 2 beds in here. I just kind of was trying to keep it as kind of general as I could, because, you know, maybe it's not a family that's coming here, maybe it's like a group of friends have come to stay, you know, for like a catch-up weekend or something. So it's just kind of got the options. The one thing, though, I was just thinking now, just watching this, having put that toddler bed down, although it's not a toddler bed, is it? It's for the infants. Or is it for the toddlers too? I've forgotten. Anyway, I've not put like a high chair or a potty. So I'm probably I might go back and add that in, because I always feel like I don't know why I forgot that, because that's definitely stuff that would be there. Do you know what I mean? Like, even if it's in a cupboard and you have to like bring it out. Although, to be fair, the potty, like, you'd probably bring your own. So maybe just the high chair would be there. But anyway, the idea is it can be like for anyone, do you know what I mean? So yeah, but there's no like toys, because I just like, that would have to be very, I don't have been anywhere really that has like loads of toys. Maybe like books, board games, that kind of vibe. But you just bring your own from home, do you know what I mean? And then obviously there's a big outdoor barbecue area too. So it's like super fun. Anyway, I've come to the end, so I will leave you some screenshots and see you in the next one. Bye.